Hello, everybody. This is the first video on my channel. Welcome to Roblox Greenville. Today, I'm going to be doing a garage tour. Uh, I'm not going to try to talk too long, but for each car, I may give a quick overview of my thoughts on it and what I've done to it. And for all these cars, I'm going to refer to them as what they are in real life, as opposed to the Greenville names, unless I don't know what it is, because I think there's one or two on here that I just don't know what they are. But I digress. Let's go ahead and get started here. Start at the bottom, work our way up. We've got the 1966 Mustang GT 350. This car, stock paint. I just put these American racing wheels on it. Changed up the fitment just a little bit to make it more aggressive, but nothing too crazy there. And a custom plate. Most of these cars have custom plates. I think there's only a couple that don't. 289 hypo on this one because these cars did come with the high output 289. See, next we got the Buick Regal GNX. This car, I left it completely stock. Uh, I just love the way these look. I didn't really see a reason to change it. Maybe at some point I will add some offset because those are tucked in quite a bit, but most of the G bodies are, so it's completely realistic in that sense. I guess I do have a custom plate. GNX too fast. These things were pretty quick back in their day. They still are today. Next up we got the Buick Regal T-Type, basically just the downgraded version of what we just saw. This car, I wanted it to be a period correct, like street strip car. So that meant, for me at least, the Steelies, a little wider offset in the front and rear, but mostly in the rear to emulate kind of wider tires on it. And once again, a custom plate. Love the color on this car, factory color. Tried to make it look a little classy, not too in your face. Moving on, we have the what year was this one here? 88 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. Exact same concept for this car as the last one. I just wanted it to be a period correct straight strip car. No custom plate on this one. Factory color. These are actually factory wheels too. I don't know if they're off of a base model Firebird that may have been in the game at one point because there's only two options for this car, and neither of them come with these wheels by default. But if you scroll through the factory wheels, these are an option. I liked how small they were, gave it a lot of sidewall, especially in the rear, and made it just more chunky, a little more aggressive looking. Next up, we got the Aeropod. Everyone loves the Aeropod. I've done nothing to this vehicle, and I never will because I love the way it looks. I just think it's so funky and fun. I love cars like this. Unfortunately, my old account is gone, so I don't really have any of my limiteds. This is my only one right now, but yeah, I just love it. Next, we got the Terminator Mustang. We got azure blue on it, which is not a factory color from Roadmap. This color was actually specific to, I believe, the 2004 Mustang Mach 1s only. And I thought it would be kind of a cool OEM plus upgrade on this car. Wheels are not factory. Wind out the stance a bit. Wanted it to look like kind of your generic, like absurdly fast Mustang. Terminated license plate. I like it. That's an awesome car. I haven't driven it much, but it's awesome. Next, we have the Dodge Intrepid RT. Now, a lot of people gloss over this car, probably for good reason. I don't really blame them. It's one of the starter cars, or one of the first cars that you can like realistically afford in the game. Uh, Most people, if they get one at all, just go for the base model. I think there used to be a beater version as well. That's been removed. But this is the RT. It's still not fast, even though it's the RT. I just I just think it's a funky car to have. Nobody really has it. I don't consider it super special, but I like it. Next up, we got the Mercury Marauder, and this is actually the same color that was on that Terminator Cobra. I think with a higher finish, like shine on it, but same hex. I love this car. Custom wheels. Put the four-door Cobra plate on it because that's essentially what these were. Just a four-door Cobra. Unfortunately, all of them were automatic, but Other than that, it's pretty much the same drivetrain as a Cobra, and Mach 1 for that matter. Next up, we got the 2007 Mustang GT 500. This car, the paint is one of the preset paints from the paint shop. It's not a factory color. I just thought it looked super good. Thought it was aggressive. Didn't really need to go any further with it than that. Custom wheels, obviously. Custom fitment. Super good looking car. Weiner license plate. Big old supercharger on it. Beautiful car. I love the way these things look. Next up, we got what I believe is an Aston Martin DB7 Zagato. And correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but the front end definitely looks like a DB7 to me. However, the rear end does not. That reminds me of some sort of, I guess, design work that Zagato would do to one of these. I love this car. Sounds amazing. The black on black. While I find it a little corny for most cars, I don't like it being overdone. For this thing, I think it suits it so well. Next up, we got the Pontiac GTO, also with custom wheels. Some people don't like these wheels. I understand why. I think they look awesome on this car. Um, One thing I've never understood, though, in particular about this one, is this trim option called the oppressor. I don't know what it's supposed to emulate because, in my mind, it looks like a Camaro 1LE with the black hood, the black roof. However, the Camaro 1LE was not out when this car came out, hence the fake 1LE license plate. So that's what I take it as. Maybe it's just supposed to be like a cool little tuner version. Either way, good car. And I got the other version of it right here, just a regular boomerang, kind of your typical GTO. Has different wheels, stock fitment. Um, this car though, so in game, it's from 2008, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong here as well, but 2008 was it was one of the only years that the yellow jacket paint was not offered. Hence why you can't get it from the roadmap dealership. This is a factory Pontiac paint color, and the only reason I put this on is because I noticed I've seen a couple in real life with this bright yellow, and I couldn't get it in the roadmap dealer, and I was like, why is that? So I went and copied the hex code off of Google and put it on this. So it's kind of like a, I don't know if I'd call it OEM plus or like maybe a hidden color, but it's completely factory canonically. I mean, the roadmap does offer what are supposed to be factory colors, so in my mind, it's a cool little Easter egg. Next up, we got the Magnum SRT. I love these things. I didn't really do anything to it because I think they're really awesome as is. I didn't want to like drop it super crazy or make it real aggressive. It does have a custom plate 6.1 wagon, since all of these did have the 6.1 liter Hemi. Next up, we've got the Charger RT with the track pack. This is basically as aggressive as you can get without having the SRT. Factory color, factory wheels. I think this is a really cool car. Kind of underrated in my opinion. It's not crazy fast, but not many people have it. At least I haven't seen anyone really driving this around. Most people either end up with the V6 or the regular RT or some form of that. I think this one's probably pretty undersold compared to the others. And speaking of SRTs, this is what most people would probably take over it, which I would personally as well, if I had just to choose one, at least in real life. The Charger SRT sedan, 6.1 sedan, matches with the 6.1 wagon. Same with the color, they both match. Uh, I haven't really done anything to this either. I think it's really good looking as is. Didn't really see a reason. Next, we got the Charger Daytona. This car, though, I have done a bit too. Obviously, custom wheels, custom fitment. I'm not a huge fan of like massive amounts of camber and slamming it all the way down. I just like a nice, aggressive, functional look to the car. Custom Daytona plate. And in game, you can get this car in Sublime, which is a factory Mopar color. This is also Sublime, but this is the real hex code for Sublime, entered in through the paint shop. So I don't. It's kind of hard to tell from pictures if this is more accurate or if the in-game one from Roadmap is more accurate. But I'm sticking with this for now. It is the real hex code for the color. My bad, not car. Yeah, I think it looks really good. It's not that fast. It's no faster than the regular this RT with the track pack here, which in theory it should be. But anyway, same story with this SRT8 Super V. Um, the car comes in B8 blue from Roadmap. I went in, put in B8 blue in the paint shop, and it came out very nice. I added a little bit of pearl to it with one of their pre-select like paint options. I think it looks really awesome. I love this car. I love driving it around. I haven't taken it to any meets yet to get any reactions, but maybe in a future video I'll try something like that. Other than that, though, completely stock. Might change it up in the future, though. Next, we got the third generation Viper. This one, there's nothing outwardly special about it. Um, it's not like limited or anything. Although for this car, I guess real similar to the others, I went in and I wanted this to be a special edition. So I tried to make my own replica of the Dodge Viper Copperhead edition. So the color is custom. The one that you can get from Roadmap is a little dull, in my opinion. It doesn't match up correctly with at least what I was trying to go for. And the one of 300 plate, because there were only 300 Copperheads ever made. So I think this is also a cool little Easter egg. You could make it yourself. It's not technically rare, but it also is in a way. Um, I like it. I think it looks really good. Next up, we got the ACR version. Haven't really done anything to this car other than the plate. Says thing one. My friend has a the next generation of Viper ACR that says thing two on it. Same color scheme. So whenever we pull up to meets, they just kind of look cool together. But other than that, nothing really too crazy to look at. Next up, we have the Chrysler 300C SRT8 wagon. Now, from the best of my knowledge, and correct me if I'm wrong, this car never existed in real life. And I know there are a lot of cars in Roadmap that are like that, like the Focus ST sedans, some of the Nismo Nissans and all that just don't exist in real life. Uh, but I think it's cool. I don't think it's as good looking as the Magnum SRT. This one you can see I kind of went a little crazier with. I didn't really feel like I was trying to keep the good looks, I suppose, like the Magnum. Ugly wagon, right? I think these are a little questionable looking, but it's cool nonetheless. This car, I think, is pretty cool. It's just a 300C SRT8 sedan, except this is painted in Plum Crazy, which is not a factory option from Roadmap. It is a Mopar color. And if we look here, scroll down back a bit, this color, this purple, was actually a factory color on these Daytona RTs. So I thought, these are from the same generation, pretty much like the same year, same car essentially, just with a different body. I thought it would be a cool little nod. I like this. It's a good looking car. Custom wheels, custom fitment. Next up, we got the Acura. This is a newer car to the game. I think it's a TSX or TL. Might be a TL. Um, awesome car. Like the wheels on it. I mean, these are aftermarket wheels, but just overall a good looking car. Nothing too special about it though. It is the top model, the Spec T 3.5. I haven't done anything to this Golf. It's the Golf R URT version. Only reason I bought this was because it said it had more power than the others, and I was kind of curious as to why and exactly what this is supposed to be um, on top of a Golf R. Don't really think I'm going to keep it much longer. I've already driven it. It's It's cool, but nothing done to it. Same with this car, the M240i. Nothing done to it. I just bought it because I thought it would be maybe a little faster than it was. Sounds good. It's good looking, but it's kind of a basic car. Nothing real crazy. Um, Here we have the the cool version of it, the BMW 1M Coupe, with the carbon pack, which I don't think was an option in real life, but in this game it is. Um, this is also one of the more recent Greenville cars where they stopped doing kind of like one for one versions of real cars. I don't know if it's a copyright issue, but they're kind of like changing up the way the cars look slightly from the real life counterpart, which gives them a little more freedom to kind of go crazy with different variants of the car. Custom color, custom wheels. I really like the way this car looks. The minimal license plate. I googled that too. I couldn't come up with one of my own, and I just found that on a forum. Um, really good looking car. Sounds good. Not crazy fast, but not every car needs to be crazy fast. The Cobalt Pursuer, and that's one of the exceptions I'll make here, where I don't know exactly what this is supposed to be in real life, so I just call it by the Greenville name. I think it's just a Greenville canonically correct car. I don't That doesn't really exist anywhere outside of this. So I bought this one just because, like I said, not many. Well, I don't know if I said it, my bad, but not many people have this car. Not many people know it really is available. So I thought it was a weird thing to have. I guess, decom version is what this is, or the non-police version, is actually a lot faster than the police versions for whatever reason. But it kind of retains those like police-esque crash bars. It's a little strange. I was kind of hoping that these would go away or get painted when I painted the car, but they didn't. I've kind of grown to like it. It's a little strange. The license plate PPV for me. It reminds me of a police pursuit vehicle, kind of like the Chevy Caprice. So that's the closest I could really come up with. Next up, we got 392 Challenger. This car is painted in hex correct, factory correct, Go Mango. It's completely stock otherwise, apart from the custom plate, straight up SRT8. Um, yeah, nothing real crazy about it. Although maybe I'll do a video in the future on some of these cars. This is oddly fast compared to the other SRTs of the generation, especially compared to like all of these uh, Challenger or Chargers and the Viper. Like this Challenger is oddly fast, and this is even faster, the SRT10 version. But you would almost expect that. Um, this is a concept car or like a test car that Chrysler made in real life or Dodge made, and I just wanted to have my own. So same color as the real one. There's only one of them in real life. Um, it's completely stock otherwise. Stock wheels, V8 LOL, right? There's a V10, Viper V10. So that was funny, but cool car. Next up, we got the next generation of SRT Charger. I went on a buying spree with a lot of these Chargers, so you'll see a lot of my garage is those, at least at the moment. Nothing's done to this. I think it just has a custom plate, 392 slow, right? Everyone likes to make fun of these for being kind of slow. I think they're decent, but good looking car either way. And we got the Super B version, just to be extra special with it. Same performance and everything, stock, big B, right? Big car. Um, yeah, nothing real crazy about it. Now we got something that I actually really like. This is the Dodge Avenger, but it's an SRT model, which did not exist in real life. However, in Greenville it does. So I think it's cool. I think it's aggressive. That's not crazy fast, but it's not necessarily slow either. Nice fitment to it. Changed up the wheels, made it look like a fun little street car, you know? Mom's car. Yeah. Next up, we got the Lincoln Blackwood. And I bought this just because I figured it might go off sale at some point, and you just never see anybody with it. Everyone goes for a Tundra or an F-150 or pretty much anything else. So I just thought it was cool to have. Didn't really know how much longer it was going to last. Put these wheels on it because I feel like every time you see one of these in real life, not that you see them common or often, but every time I see one, they seem to be on some sort of wheel like this. No custom plate. I like it. It's like fake luxury pretty much. Next we got the Taurus SHO. Wanted this to be like my little sleeper show out license plate. They're pretty quick. In this game, it's not necessarily a sleeper. It's not really fast enough to like catch anyone off guard, but it's a good looking car. I like it. It's pretty big. It's a large vehicle. Next we have the decommed police version, which actually has the same performance as the SHO. A lot of people don't know the police versions of these. You could either get the 3.7 liter V6 with 300 horsepower, and some police departments got the 3.5 liter EcoBoost, just like the SHOs did. And luckily in Greenville, they just copied it over from the SHO. I like this one in particular because A, it has the more aggressive front bumper. I think it looks better than the SHO, and it has all the blacked out trim. But also, the wheels are smaller, and to some of you that might look a little funky. It does look funky at times, but I feel like it gives it more of like a functional, like ready to go look to it. Like it's make as if it's making so much power it needs that extra sidewall. Not that it does, but I think it's a good looking car. Only thing I am not a huge fan of is it doesn't have the wing like the SHO does, but um, I think it's a really cool car. Next up, we got the ML63. This was like my daily driver for a while. Um, it's just a cool vehicle. Um, there's not really a whole lot to say about it, to be honest. I like the M157 in real life, the 5.5 liter biturbo, which is what this is supposed to have, and sounds good, looks good, decently fast. Overall, good car. Not much done to it. Stock wheels, stock paint. This Jaguar, not much done to it either. I honestly just bought this. I think the only thing I've done is the custom plate. I tried to do a little play on the fact it was an SVR. It's completely stock otherwise. They're cool cars. I like it. I'm not a huge fan of the fact that it's all-wheel drive, but is what it is. Check the Subaru Legacy 3.6R. I have not done a single thing to this car either. I thought it was going to be a little faster than it is, and I thought it might be a bit of a sleeper. Turns out it's not. Can't really blame it too much though. These aren't really known for being fast in real life anyway. Um, it's just kind of a commuter car at that point. Next, we have the crowd favorite, the 1,000 horsepower Hennessy C7 Corvette. I don't have the 1,300 horsepower one, but most people have this one. It's repainted in Hugger Orange, which is a really rare factory GM color. Not available from Roadmap. I went in and Googled the hex, just like the previous Dodges. Uh, really love this car. It's mostly just I never drive it. I just like to sit there and let it idle. I love the chop in it, the sound of the cam. Uh, it's a cool car though. Really common to see. What's not as common is the Ford Fusion Sport, the twin turbo 2.7 liter. Also, same story like that Subaru. Thought it was going to be faster. Not really too crazy though. Looks good. Eco Bust. I put that after I went to the drag strip and found out that it was pretty slow, but at least it looks good. Rare. Not really worth the money though, in my opinion. Next up, we got the Hennessy or Heen. Now they renamed it to Dog Tahoe. 650 horse, basically just a ZL1 motor and a Tahoe. Big ol' This is a big vehicle. You just like look right up at it. Um, I got this thing because it is kind of a sleeper. And let's see here, they haven't updated it to say, but this vehicle can tow. I watched a tutorial or like a little Easter egg video on it not that long ago. We're gonna break my rule here too by hooking up a trailer and starting the vehicle, just to show that I am telling the truth. If I can line up a trailer, maybe I'm just not meant for this. There we go. So it can tow. A little cool benefit of it. Not advertised, but overall cool vehicle. Sounds nice. Decently quick. Next up, we got this Volvo Polestar wagon. And I bought this after I was doing a little sleeper challenge with one of my friends. And I just got dusted by one of these. And I was like, what is that? Like, I need one. And like I said, I'm not really doing any driving during this video, but just know this car is ridiculously fast. In particular, the Polestar version. You need the Polestar, not any other version. Um, it's just dumb fast. Yeah, that's really about it for that one. Next up, we got the newer Mach 1, completely stock, other than the fitment and the plate. I like the color on it, like the wheels, didn't really see a need to change. Overall, just a really nice looking car. Next up, we got the C-Class, and I'm not entirely sure what this is supposed to be in real life. Um, they call it the 530 Premium. Obviously, there is no C530. I think the highest they go is the C400. At least they used to, without being a full-on AMG. Um, Hence why this car has the fake AMG plate on it, because it's kind of it essentially is one, but it's not. Uh, this one, custom color. I tried to make it like your generic, super duper expensive German silver. Something they'd charge an extra $5,000 for no reason, basically. Custom wheels, custom fitment. It's a good car. I don't think I've seen many people with it. It's Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about that one. Next, we got the Infiniti Q60 Red Sport. Bought this thing just because I thought it was going to sound a little different, a little better than it does. But either way, it's a really good looking car. I love these in real life. Um, Custom wheels. It's just overall a really good looking car. Custom fitment as well. Stock color. I just think it's good looking. Not many people have these either. I've only seen maybe one or two other players driving around in these. So good buy if you have the extra money. Not crazy fast, but most of these aren't. So this right here, the Lincoln, I don't know exactly which kind of Lincoln this is. That's my bad. But this is my daily driver. This is what I drive around all the time in Greenville. If you catch me roaming around, good chance I'm in this. And the reason for that is because this is also kind of a sleeper. It's not as fast as that Polestar I showed before, but it is pretty fast. Greenville rates it at 470 horsepower. It's a hybrid. So if you just leave it in drive, I think it's electric, fully electric up to 50 or 55 miles an hour. But gears 1 through 4 are so short that when you go to the drag strip, turn traction control off, put it in manual mode, you can launch this car in fourth gear, and it runs it's quick. It's really quick. This one in particular, custom paint, custom wheels, obviously custom plate, the Uber plate, right? Um, One of my favorite vehicles. Next, we have this thing, and I do not know what this is supposed to be. Maybe it's not supposed to be anything. Maybe it's just a Greenville only vehicle, but I call it the Green Bean or Big Bean, my bad. Either one works. Awesome car, decently quick, sounds terrific. I think it's supposed to emulate like a turbo 5 cylinder. It does not look like an Audi though to me. Uh, Almost reminds me of that Polestar, which also actually has a turbo 5 cylinder. Now that I think of it, but cool car. I recommend it. It's also, at least this particular version, is is a hybrid just like the Lincoln, which means it's fully electric up to 50 or 55 miles an hour. Um, and I forgot to mention for both of these cars, if you go in manual mode, um, they're combustion the whole time. It'll stop it from being electric up to 55. It'll snap the motor on at what like any speed. You know, you can start it or start driving away with the motor on. So next up, we got the Hellcat Red Eye. Uh, I bought one just because I love these. I mean, you guys already saw all the other Dodges, so I couldn't go without it. My favorite spec of it as well. The Hellcat Red Eye, you know, wide body. You can't get a Red Eye without the wide body, but especially in Go Mango, it's just a really, really good looking car. I don't really care if it's fast or not, even though it is decently fast, but I just think it's cool. Next up, we got the GT500 version, or Shelby version, my bad, not GT500, but Shelby version of the Mustang Mach-E. And I don't know if they just recently added this back in or what. I've never seen anybody in one. Um, I was just scrolling through for random vehicles I've never seen before, stumbled across this, and I thought it looked wacky enough to buy. And here we are. It's not crazy fast. It's not anything really special other than the paint on it. The livery here, I just thought it was kind of unique in that sense. I I don't dislike it. I don't kind of impartial. It's cool. Not that fast. Not that crazy. And the last car we had is the new Supra. And this is the 3-liter VR package in automatic trim, right? So it's the 8 speed. Uh, I just think these sound really good, even in game. B58 license plate, German engineering as well, right? Everyone likes to make fun of it for being a BMW, so I might as well get my punch in. Uh, I haven't done anything to it other than that. It's it's just a good looking car already. I didn't really see a need to change. Uh, and that actually concludes the list. That went by a little faster than I thought. I guess before I end the video, I do want to point this out. I think a lot of people either don't notice this or maybe glance over it, but any car in this game that has directional wheels, they're swapped on the other side. So you see how these are essentially like pushing air towards the front of the car. If we go to this side, it's the opposite. They're like swooping air away. And I know what you're thinking. Okay, well, then air is going to come right back. I mean, back up around, but like just you can see the direction they're pointing. They're just opposites. That kind of bothers me about Greenville a little bit. So on a lot of my cars that have directional wheels, I tend to swap them out just for non-directional wheels. But I guess for any of you, this is for any of you, just to maybe it'll spark some imagination for some new wheels. Now that you see this, and yeah, you might be like bothered by it. I don't know. Either way, though, thank you guys for watching. Like if you liked, dislike if you didn't like, and let me know in the comments any other topics or kinds of videos you want to see. I love drag racing in this game and doing like informational videos on cars, testing the differences between cars and doing reviews on them. So, um, honestly, I may come out with some of those on my own regardless. So anyway, thank you for watching. Bye.